Welcome to Motivational Humanity. You are not alone.
Hey, have you ever felt like everyone else knows who they are except you? Like personal growth is this one size, fits all path that somehow never fits you. What if I told you your journey doesn't have to look like anyone else's? Let me tell you a story. A woman I once met, let's call her Sarah, spent years following every self-help trend, journals, podcasts, online courses. She was drowning in techniques, checking boxes, and yet she felt emptier than ever. One night, exhausted and frustrated, she whispered to herself, "Why doesn't this work for me?" That question, simple yet profound, was the start of her awakening. Because here's the truth: personal growth isn't about following formulas. It's about discovering what resonates with your heart, your mind, your life. Self-discovery begins with tuning into your own unique self. It's not about copying someone else's path or following what looks successful on social media. It's about noticing what genuinely moves you. Think about the last time something made your heart lift, or a moment when your mind felt completely calm. Those are the little breadcrumbs pointing toward what truly resonates with you. It could be a journaling practice that helps you untangle your thoughts instead of adding more pressure, or a meditation that feels less like a chore and more like a conversation with your own soul. Maybe it's a creative outlet like painting, dancing, or even cooking that makes you feel fully alive. The crucial thing is learning to listen, not just to the easy answers, but to the subtle whispers of your own instincts, your emotions, and even your doubts. Listening deeply to yourself requires vulnerability. It asks you to admit, "I don't have it all figured out," and that's okay. It's easy to compare ourselves to others and feel like we're failing if we don't have the same routines or achievements. But that comparison is a trap. It distances you from your authentic journey. Being willing to notice what energizes you, what drains you, what sparks curiosity, and what triggers fear is the first courageous step toward growth. It's about showing up for yourself, even when the path isn't clear, even when it feels uncomfortable, and even when others may not understand it. This is where courage and authenticity meet. The more you pay attention to these signals, the more you start to recognize patterns about what truly works for you. And that awareness becomes the foundation of a growth journey that is as unique as your fingerprint. Here's where many of us stumble. We try something once, it doesn't fit, and immediately we label ourselves as failures. We tell ourselves, "I'm not disciplined. I'm not capable. I'm doing it wrong." But growth is never a straight line. Personalized self-discovery is an experiment, a series of gentle trials where each attempt teaches you something about yourself. The courage lies not in getting it right the first time, but in showing up again and again, even after disappointment. Think about it when you were a child learning to ride a bike. You didn't succeed on the first try. You wobbled, you fell, maybe even scraped your knees, but eventually through persistence you learned what worked for you. Self-discovery is no different. Each tool, each practice, each approach is like a key. Some keys won't fit your door, some might scratch the lock, and some will turn it smoothly, revealing new space for growth, and that's perfectly okay. Shame is a sneaky companion in this process. It whispers everyone else is succeeding but you. You're doing it wrong, but shame thrives on comparison, uniformity, and secrecy. Courage, on the other hand, thrives on curiosity, patience, and self-compassion. By experimenting without judgment, by allowing yourself to try, fail, and adjust, you are actively building resilience. You are telling yourself, "I am enough, even when I stumble. My path does not need to look like anyone else's." This phase of experimentation also teaches you a profound psychological lesson. You are not defined by your failures or by the tools that didn't work. You are defined by your willingness to engage with life authentically, to embrace vulnerability, and to pursue growth in a way that honors you. Every misstep, every discarded practice is not a sign of weakness. It's evidence of courage, curiosity, and commitment to yourself. And when you shift your mindset from judgment to curiosity, something remarkable happens. Each experiment becomes an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to craft a journey that feels deeply aligned with who you really are. Once you've spent time exploring and experimenting, you start to notice patterns, small, subtle clues about what makes you feel alive, energized, and connected. Maybe you realize that quiet mornings with a cup of tea and reflective journaling bring you clarity, or that mid-afternoon walks in nature spark ideas you didn't know were inside you. Perhaps conversations with certain people leave you feeling inspired and seen, while others drain your energy. These observations are incredibly powerful because they form the foundation of a personalized toolkit. Practices, habits, and rituals designed specifically to nourish you. Building this toolkit is not about perfection. It's about alignment. It's about creating a system that supports your growth without forcing you into a mold that doesn't fit. You don't have to meditate for an hour because that's what someone else does. You don't have to read a self-help book every week because the influencer said so. Your toolkit is unique, built on trial, intuition, and honest self-reflection. It's a living, breathing collection of practices that meet you where you are, not where someone else expects you to be. There's a deep psychological truth here. When you honor your needs and design your growth around you, you reinforce your sense of worth. You are telling yourself, I see you. I value your time, your energy, your heart. This creates a positive feedback loop. The more you care for yourself authentically, the more confidence and clarity you develop. And that confidence doesn't come from external validation. It comes from knowing that your practices are chosen intentionally, not imposed externally. Creating a toolkit also gives you flexibility. Life is unpredictable, circumstances change, and what works for you today might not work tomorrow. That's okay. Your toolkit is adaptable. It grows and evolves with you. And in that evolution, there's freedom. Freedom to let go of what no longer serves you, freedom to embrace what fuels you, and freedom to live a life that reflects your deepest truths. This is the essence of personalized self-discovery, a journey that is profoundly yours, guided by your heart, informed by your experiences, and strengthened by your courage to listen, adapt, and honor yourself along the way. Personalized growth isn't just a solitary journey, it's deeply relational. When you are brave enough to embrace your unique path, to experiment, to discover what truly resonates with you, you are not only transforming yourself, you are creating ripples that touch everyone around you. Vulnerability is contagious. When you share your journey honestly, the struggles, the failures, and the small victories, you give others permission to do the same. You show them that it's okay to be messy, to not have all the answers, to be in progress. That simple act of openness can be more powerful than any advice or theory because it comes from a place of authenticity. Think about the women you admire, the ones who seem fully alive, confident, and centered. More often than not, they didn't achieve that by following a perfect plan. They achieved it by courageously navigating their own unique paths and allowing others to see them as they were. Vulnerable, imperfect, and real, sharing your discoveries, your practices, and even your missteps doesn't diminish your growth, it amplifies it. You are contributing to a culture of empathy, connection, and mutual empowerment. There's also a profound psychological principle at play here. Humans are wired for connection. We grow stronger, more resilient, and more capable when we see that we are not alone in our struggles and our quests for self-understanding. By expressing your experiences, you create a mirror for others to recognize themselves, and in doing so, you cultivate a network of shared courage and authenticity. Your personal toolkit becomes more than just a set of practices. It becomes a story, a guide, a source of inspiration for others navigating their own journeys. Ultimately, this phase of self-discovery reminds us that growth is never fully isolated. It's intertwined with relationships, empathy, and the courage to show up as ourselves. When you live your truth, experiment fearlessly, and share generously, you become a living example that personal growth is not a competition, a checklist, or a race. It's a gift. A gift that grows when you share it, and a gift that creates space for others to step into their own courage, their own authenticity, and their own thriving lives. The lesson here is simple yet life-changing. There is no universal blueprint for growth. Your journey is yours alone, and that is your superpower. Authentic self-discovery isn't about fitting in. It's about fitting you. It's about listening, experimenting, and building a life that reflects your deepest truths. And it's in this process, messy and imperfect as it may be, that true courage, connection, and fulfillment emerge. So today, I want to challenge you to take one step toward your toolkit. Pick one self-discovery practice, journal, meditate, walk, reflect, and see how it resonates with you. Share it in the comments below. What worked, what didn't, and what surprised you. Let's create a community of women owning their journeys, embracing vulnerability, and thriving unapologetically. Remember, your growth doesn't need a map. It needs your heart, your curiosity, and your courage. Start now. Your journey is waiting,